I'm Liz of Athena's Garden, and welcome to my channel. I'm an Akashic Records reader and remote energy healer. And if this is your first time here on my channel, I discuss topics that intersect with spirituality, creativity, and science. And if these topics interest you, please keep watching and consider subscribing and joining my community. Today, I am talking about the Lyrans, or Starseeds from Lyra, or the Lyran Constellation. I was curious to see what was out there and took a peek at YouTube and TikTok, and wowza, there are a lot of information out there about Lyrans, which is actually really exciting. I did, of course, check some of them out, and for many of them, I'm like nodding along, like, yes, that resonates with me. But some of them, I'm like, I'm not quite sure if that resonates with me. But I'm not here to judge or emphasize that my information is the only truth and that I'm right. But as always, please take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. So to start, just think about humans for a second and the great diversity we have here, not just our appearance, like our skin color, eye color, hair texture, our height and build, but to the preferences we have and where we live, our belief system, culture, ethics, and mores, and how diverse that is. And with that said, it's the same for other star seeds. As a Lyran myself, I am sharing some of the things from my Akashic Records remembrances, and based on, some of the maybe experiences I've forgotten 7,000 times as a Lyran star being. And so everything I shared here, I've also checked and confirmed myself in the Akashic Records with my pendulum. So here it goes. Lyrans are an old and ancient galactic system and race. They're not the oldest, but one of the oldest. So this is why maybe personally I'm not a huge fan of the term New Age, because it assumes that star seeds and all this knowledge is new or coming within the last century. And it's actually quite the opposite. So Lyrans seeded the human blueprints and DNA, and Lyrans help create our reality as we know it today. Not just here on Earth, but they've also helped create the other star systems, including but not limited to setting up planetary logos in various galaxies. This is why Lyrans are referred to as the wise ones, or the ancient ones, or the wisdom keepers. Lyrans generally like to take the form of dragons, felines, feline humanoid, avians or birds, bird-like avian humanoids. So I would describe them like human-like, angelic, or higher dimensional beings. They do come in all shapes, sizes, and colors and patterns. Some Lyrans choose to stay in one form, whereas others can switch from one form to the other, like dragon to human, feline to human, avian to human, and back and forth at their will. But because of the frequent choice to have the feline form, this is why Lyrans are often associated with cats, people who like cats, people who have cat-like features, so on and so forth. But it doesn't mean that just because someone has feline features that they're Lyran, and just because you don't have cat eyes, it doesn't mean you are not Lyran as well. Lyrans are generally 5th to 9th dimensional beings. So in my system, I use the 12 dimensions. So we are here on the 3rd dimension. The 4th is the astral plane, and 5th and above is where the higher dimensional beings and consciousness reside. The Lyrans that take on a physical form are generally between the 5th and 7th dimension. And That's the majority of Lyrans, and there are a few that are in the 8th and 9th dimension. And as a friendly reminder, the Akashic Records are also located on the 8th dimension, and Christ consciousness is at the 12th dimension. Lyrans do have advanced technology, but one thing I wanted to check, because whenever I saw like an image of a Lyran in like a spaceship aircraft, I was like, oh, I don't know about this part. And the reason being, it seems that Lyrans don't like spaceships as much as maybe other cultures, is that as heart-centered beings, they're not as big fans of like spacecrafts. It's because they can go there themselves, you know, through teleporting or opening portals, flying, or interdimensional running or jumping instead. So if they can do that, they don't really need to get on a spacecraft or spaceship. It's kind of like sometimes we ride cars versus the people who are one with their car. They go everywhere in cars. It's part of their identity. It's not like that for Lyrans and spaceships. Culturally, Lyrans are very into the finer things in life, like art, music, theater, dance, performance arts. They're into fine dining, the culinary arts, poetry, literature, going to museums, art galleries, and going to beautiful places and sceneries. In our Earth timeline, Lyrans would most enjoy cultures like ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, the golden ages of Islam, India, and East Asia, the European Renaissance, just a few examples, and all of these Lyrans have actively partaken in. A few modern day cities that could represent what may attract Lyrans, again, these are just examples, are cities like Paris, Dubai, London, Shanghai, New York, and Tokyo. So might find Lyrans gravitating there. These are just examples again, but like as an example with Los Angeles, Lyrans might like to go there for the large stadiums, the stages, to watch performances and be in performances, but maybe living there and hanging out, that might not be their top choice. That's what I got. Lyrans enjoy adorning themselves and expressing themselves through fashion and various art forms. They do have commerce in their culture, but what I got was it's not exactly the same as we have here with so many shops and commercializing. It's more like you have boutiques and art galleries and art studios where you see artists and craftsmen selling their creations, and communities gathering to create art and, you know, do activities together like that. So it's a little bit different, kind of like an art collector or an art participator. Or art participant. So it's more of like having a lot of like performances to go to. There's commerce there, like people would go to different shows and entertainment and stuff. They're very into expressing themselves and the various like crafts and art expressions. Lyrans also have a spiritual practice. I do see these beautiful crystalline temples where there are high priests and priestesses inside that serve as counselors and teachers. But in terms of the structure, it's not as rigorous as the organized religion we have here, where there's a dedication to a specific god or a specific pantheon, or like dedication to one. It's more like there's dedicated to oneness, to the blessing of the universe. So that's what I got. There are a lot of heart-centered gatherings, ceremonies, and rituals that are led by the high priestesses and high priests that are meant to uplift the community who attend these events, but also everyone practices together to strengthen and uplift the energy of the universe. So doesn't that sound beautiful? Of course, when I'm talking about Lyra, I have to talk about the name, which is derived from the word lyre, which is Lyre, which is the ancient instrument that looks like a mini harp with the strings on it. As the Greek mythology goes, the Lyran Constellation is associated with Orpheus, who was the son of Calliope, the Greek muse of epic poetry. He is known as the musician who can charm anyone and anything with his lyre. The lyre was an instrument invented by Hermes, and it is said that Orpheus's music was so beautiful it had magical powers. After his death, the lyre was placed in the sky by the gods to honor Orpheus, and so that is how Lyra got its name. It seems very appropriate that Lyrans are very into music, artistry, and harmony, and want to create things that are beautiful. So interestingly, I did play the harp from when I was 6 to my middle teenage years, and so I was curious because I have this harp connection with Lyra. I asked Akashic Records, do many harpists here on Earth also happen to be Lyran? And so what I got was not all, but there is a larger percentage of those who choose the harp as an instrument to learn also are Lyrans. So there's a correlation there. But also many Lyrans, they choose different crafts. So they could be in the entertainment industry, they could be musicians, actors, chefs, writers, or content creators. When they're playing an instrument or you're working on your creative crafts, it allows us to tap into source, the creative energy, and flow as one. As humans, Lyrans may or may not have cat-like features, as mentioned. Lyrans are often described to have like a piercing gaze, like the way the cats and felines do when they're hunting, kind of intense. And I attribute that to the old soulness coming through. That's what I suspect, but definitely there's an air of mystery. So when you meet a Lyran Starseed here, they're not the ones you meet and go, wow, they're such an open book. They're so easy to understand. So more often than not, when you meet a Lyran, you may feel like you can't really tell what they're thinking about, and they have, they're just a little mysterious. The last thing that I got, or that I sensed in the records, is that Lyrans, because they have such a strong affinity for the arts, they can also naturally assume so many different roles when they're interacting with people. So as natural performance and artists, that could be a reason why they're kind of hard to figure out sometimes. What do you think? I've created or compiled an original list of public figures. Most are currently active or some in a recent history that are Lyran. And just to clarify, I did not access these individuals' personal Akashic records. I would need their permission and their consent to go into their records and do readings. But because these are all public figures, that means they have a public profile in the Akashic records that I can access through Mother Gaia. So think of it, what I'm reading as, if you're old school, like a telephone book listing, or modern, like a Wikipedia page equivalent in the Akashic records. So all I did was go in, gain permission to read their public records, and ask whether or not they are Lyran. So that's all I did. And the Akashic Record gatekeepers, they know that I'm sharing this purely for educational and maybe entertaining purposes, as in me sharing this with you. It won't change anything. It wouldn't affect anything. It just is, if that makes sense. So here it goes. These just came to my mind when I thought they might be Lyran, and I've always thought, oh, maybe I should check, and I did, and so here's my list. So we have Tina Turner. You can really feel her Lyran powerful performance energy. Anne Hathaway, Kate Bosworth, Taylor Swift, Anthony Hopkins, Nikola Tesla, Shakira, Adam Driver, Keanu Reeves. So most of them are in their entertainment business, and we have Nikola Tesla as scientists. So these were a few that just came to my mind that might be Lyran, and I finally checked, and they were. There was one person, Freddie Mercury, that I thought was for sure Lyran because he's always photographed with cats, and he just has like a cat-like movement when he's performing, but he happens to not be Lyran. So what do you think? Do you think they're Lyran? Does it resonate with you? When talking about starseeds, it's never one size fit all, or anything as a matter of fact. If we're talking about humans, cats, it's just not all the same. But I thought when I'm making this video, if I were in Lyra right now, just to describe what humans are like to a Lyran who has never been to Earth, I'm sure I can come up with a list that would do humans justice if I were to try to describe them to a starseed from other galaxies. And so that's the approach that I took when creating the Lyran traits. So one thing I want to share is that if you don't resonate with any of the individuals I listed that are Lyran, or any of the traits I listed you could still be Lyran. Or it doesn't mean if you have those traits you are Lyran, it's just for your reference. In some, Lyrans do tend to be very old souls, and they can be very fiercely independent and passionate about their craft and what they're working on right now. So whether they're in art, science, technology, medicine, other businesses, or like real estate, or the beauty industry, even the military, so on and so forth, when they're doing their thing, honing their craft, they're doing it while weaving their unique light codes into their work and bringing love and light to you in many ways. Old souls also tend to like a lot of history, different languages, being multilingual. It might interest them. So kind of going back to the harp, I do feel like it's a very classical instrument, but also on the hardcore side compared to all the other instruments that you could have picked for a classical instrument. So similar thread, if you look at some of the projects these actors and performances have chosen, they're picking like really tough, challenging skills and unique roles that they're challenging themselves to. So I do feel like that is more of a Lyran trait. So it felt a little challenging to try to summarize a whole starseed group, and I wanted to represent it well without over-generalizing, but I still really wanted to make this video because you may be a Lyran, you may know someone who is a Lyran, and it may be very comforting to know that there are other Lyrans here like yourself. We are here for many different reasons. We have our unique visions and missions that we want to accomplish here. And whichever your unique vision is, just know that you can connect with other Lyrans and Starseeds if you choose, and that you're not alone. If you may want to discover your starseed origin and may be interested in an Akashic Records reading, I have more information on my website, which I will link below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found my video interesting, a little educational, and hopefully entertaining, please give it a like, as it really helps the algorithm, and share it with your friends who might be interested in this topic. And please do let me know in the comments what you think about Lyrans. If you think you might know any Lyrans, in the list I provided, what do you think? Are they Lyrans? I love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!